Morning, everybody. All right, so this morning's conscious coffee share is actually coming from my kids' parking lot because I am chaperoning a field trip to some zoo that I didn't even know existed here in the Dallas area. And I thought I should do a conscious coffee really quick while I'm waiting to go in and get all my chaperone stuff. Hold on, this is all blurry. Sorry, guys. Why is this all blurry all of a sudden? So yeah, so I decided that, this was a great time to do this. So while all these people are moving into the school and there's cars going by and everything, you're probably going to see people like walking past my window and everything because there's a lot of kids going into the school. And I ran my child in really quick and I was like, okay, honey, I'll be right back. I'm going to go do conscious coffee really quick. And then, yeah, and then I'll be back here to chaperone your field trip. So, morning, Cheryl. Oh, you're in the UK. Morning, Brad. Who else have we got on here? Morning, Paula, Robin, Addison, Susan, Dawn. Morning, everybody. And it is a beautiful morning here in Texas. I can tell you that. It really is. I woke up this morning and my son, who is 13, he comes walking into the kitchen and he says, Mom, you got to see the sky. It's so beautiful out there. He was explaining to me the different levels of blue and how they just kind of, moved up. He was just like, this is so pretty. And yeah, so I went over and I looked and he was right. And I thought that it was going to be like this killer sunrise because of the sky, the way it looked, but not that it was a bad sunrise. It was a beautiful sunrise. And right now, like, the sun's hitting me directly in the face, but as it comes up over the school here. But yeah, but it was not the extraordinary sunrise that we sometimes have. Morning, Robin. Morning, Dan. Okay, so really quick, because I am on a time crunch because I have to go and make sure that I have my wristband for the zoo and I know what kids I'm in charge of for today. So I can take care of other people's children out here at the zoo, not let them get eaten by lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. I just wanted to go through really quick some superpower stuff. And this really came into me yesterday. Actually, last night I had a first time meeting with a gentleman that, I really feel like the universe just kind of brought us together for whatever this time frame might be. And I was sitting and doing some eye gazing with him, and anybody who's familiar with Tantra at all knows that eye connection and that presence level eye gazing is really significantly important. And we had this meeting. He comes in, we're in my office, we're having a glass of wine and everything, and we're chit-chatting and everything. We've talked a little bit, texting, never met each other. I didn't know what he looked like or anything, but something inside of me said, you need to do some eye gazing with him. And it was interesting. It was definitely interesting. And I love eye gazing because eye gazing really taps you in to somebody's soul, into their presence level. And as I was staring into his blue eyes and just relaxing and trying to let myself be seen and be vulnerable and just surrender to this moment, to this 3 minutes of presence that I had proclaimed to do with him, what I saw was his playful, youthful energy. I noticed his swaying back and forth because I had thrown him into an area that I don't think he was tremendously comfortable in, which I am extremely comfortable in. So it was definitely like this little dance that we had going on with our energies, which was really, really fun. And as I was sitting there, and just really feeling this moment, and then talking to him, and he was telling me what he, what he was looking for and what he was desiring and all this different stuff. And the conversation of open, playful, and present is what was really present in the moment. And it got me thinking as I was driving back home and last night afterwards, and I was doing my nighttime meditation and everything. And then this morning, just driving over here to school, I was thinking about it. I'm like, openness, playfulness, and presence really truly is like major ass superpowers. They're just these big superpowers. And they're superpowers because some people can be really open, but they're not present or playful. Some people are really playful, but they only do it in a contained, controlled situation, and they're not overly open and they're not overly present. They're just kind of like, you know, fly by the seat of their pants, and things can sideswipe them really easy. And then other people are extremely present, but they're not open, they're guarded and they're present, or they're not playful, or they're controlled playful. And controlled meaning that they're trying to control the situation and the outcome, not that they are, you know, just like crazy and don't care and doing stupid things. That's not what I'm meaning. But when you get the three combined, it kind of gives you this, like, I don't know, it just, superpower is the only word that I could really come up for this, was that it is just that it is this unique personality. It is a unique energy. There is lots of energy with those three things, because what you bring to the table is something that can penetrate through the thickest of energetic walls, the thickest of different things, and you can just really get in there, and you can really captivate somebody's soul, their heart. You can connect at this level that most people can't connect at. We as a society connect very surface level. We don't really want to go into the deep, complex stuff, but we all want to be felt and seen, and we want somebody to embrace our complexity, but we're not willing to actually access that in somebody else. But the people that we're really turned on to, the people that we're all like, wow, I wish I could be more like that. Guess what they are? They are open, playful, and present. So yeah, so there you go. I mean, it's like no major woo-woo moment here maybe, but I do think that there is value in the sharing and kind of the realization that the majority of people are one, at best two of these things consistently, but it's really hard to find somebody that is all three and can consistently hold that energy, because that's just who they are. And I don't know if we even, as a society speaking, if we really even can sense all three of those at the same time, if we can appreciate all three of those at the same time. And I think that we almost have an expectation of the people that come into our life for them to be these things, but we don't really know what to do with them when they're all three together. And I say that because as you venture out into the dating world, morning Tina, yes, open, playful, and present. I should probably pop in here and say hi to other people. Hi, James. Morning Bo. Morning, Daniel. Jana, Dan, Robin. What did Robin say? Good morning. Okay. But you know, when you're out in the dating world, or if you're with somebody, you have a significant other, maybe you're frustrated because they used to be playful, but they're no longer playful. They used to do inquiry with you. They used to say, "Hey, honey, how's your day? You know, how is there anything that I can take off your table for today? You know, help you out with." And now, years later, months later, whatever it's been, that's not there, and you almost feel like you're being taken for granted in different ways. This happens in both sexes, okay? It happens on both sides of the fence, but we kind of get into this rut of just average and ordinary normalcy, and we don't even look for the complexity in our partners anymore. Or when we're on the front side of it and we're dating, we almost don't want to be bothered by the complexity. We're kind of like, okay, hey, you have a nice ass, you have a nice build, you got a pretty face, you got a nice, you know, oh my God, the word, it's much better. You have a nice, you know, nice, all the characteristics and everything. It appears that you have your shit together, right? So we look at basically just that, almost as though we are just interviewing this person and we're just looking at the paper, and that's that. We're not really want to go in there and actually explore somebody, because we're just like, let's go on this first date, let's feel. But what do we do on a first date? We certainly don't do anything that really taps us in at that heart level. We don't do anything that really gets us into that space of really understanding or inquiring or going deeper with somebody. And what we need to do because I kind of have that belief of hire slow, fire fast type mentality. And that hiring process can take months. It can take 18 months, 2 years, because here's the reality, guys. It takes us anywhere from 18 months to 3 years to 18 months to 3 years to have that new relationship charge, energy as it's called, NRE, to kind of die off. Which, if you think about your relationships, if you think about past relationships or even current, a lot of times people will come to me and I'll be like, oh, well, the first 2 years it was so hot, it was sizzling, and we were turned on to each other, and we were playful, and we were doing all these different things, and then things just kind of changed. But I don't know what happened. That's that new relationship energy. That new relationship energy just kind of started to die off. It started to now not be there. So you got used to the other person. You got comfortable with the other person. All of a sudden, you're not courting anymore. All of a sudden, you're kind of almost bored. It's kind of like blah, blah, you know? Like they're just not as hot and sparkly as what they used to be, right? And now, what do? Now you just kind of like get settled into your rut. You're more focused on family. You're more focused on work. You're more focused on paying the bills. You're not getting those butterflies in your stomach any longer. You're not really turned on to these little moments. You're not looking forward to meeting the other person as much as what you were in the first 2 years. And I'm just going to use 2 as an example, that first 2 years, because that new relationship energy is shifting. And here, very interestingly, scientifically, that our hormones actually change over this process too, men and women alike. So we do not quite have the same hormonal connections as what we do on the front side 2-3 years later. So it's like, that's why so many relationships are 2-3 years long, and all of a sudden you're just like, I'm just done, because they lose their sizzle. It's, you know, it's like if you went skydiving every single day, sure, you're still going to get the rush, but it's going to slowly go down. It's slowly going to die down on you, and you're just not going to quite have that rush anymore. You might still be like, whoo, I'm jumping out of a plane, but there's just certain things like you're like, yeah, I'm jumping out of a plane. It becomes old hat. Anything becomes old hat. Anything can become habit. Anything can just become blasé and really not have that depth and that desire to it if you don't work at it, if you don't continue to do the things that each party, and it's a two-way street in relationship, okay? It's not a one-way street. Both people have to be able to really get in there and do the work on themselves and do the work on the relationship, which means look for those opportunities to court your partner. Look for those opportunities to connect. Look for those opportunities to find playful moments, to be extremely present and centered in the relationship. You know, like really let yourself be felt. Look for those moments that you can be really open. And that does not always mean good open, okay? Open can mean I'm having a shitty day and I need to be open and expressive of it. Or it can be like I am so open and so lovey-dovey that I want to express my love. I want to express my connection. Maybe I'm open, playful, and just turned on, and I want to get some, you know, some freaky stuff going on. That's fine. That's all exactly what open means. That's what playful is. But you've got to be able to access those things and really want to. Both sides need to want to do that, because when your side or the other side stops wanting to do that consistently, all of a sudden a habit starts happening, and guess what? The relationship just goes down. It just goes down. Goes down. Disconnect starts happening. You're no longer turned on. There's just different things. And here's the thing. After that 18 months, it normally starts around 12 to 18 months, we start to drop our guards. And when we start to drop our guards, our true identity comes out. It's like we're no longer putting on this role to capture the other person, okay? So after a year, we start to just let our hair down. We let ourselves be seen a little bit more. Our attitudes, our personalities, our opinions, you know, our bitchiness comes out a little bit more, and we just are not caring because we feel very settled, because we feel very secure, right? We start taking things for granted. We start to feel a little bit more secure. We let all this go, and what happens then? Now we're actually meeting that other person, and sometimes sometimes all those characteristics that we really loved about that person, we see the other side of it, because there is always two sides to every coin, right? So the thing that we love the most is often the thing that we will learn to dislike the most. It's the thing that we will have the most challenge with, the most problem with, because it has that dark side, it has that shadow side. And a lot of the times we're not really good with that shadow side. We like the other side that makes us happy and everything. And sometimes that happy side, that fun side, that playful side, that turned on side is just too much in certain moments. And after that 12 months, 18 months, 2 years, whatever that time frame is that the masks start really coming off, what do you start to see? You see that other person and these little traits, they start to just rub you the wrong way. All of a sudden you're like, okay, you know, I used to ignore this, but it really bugs me because this always happens, right? So you start to see those patterns. It always happens. And it just starts that you get these little irritations, and those little irritations, on the front side, you can tolerate, you can make, you know, excuses for and everything. But somewhere in there, you start to go, I don't know, do I really want this in my life long term? Is this something that I can really live with long term? Or is this something that I can't really cope with? I'm actually a no to this. It was fun and sexy and playful and all that good stuff over here, but if I really get in there and really think about it, I'm actually a no. I'm actually a no. So, open, playful, present. The sooner you can enter into the relationship with those things, the sooner you can bring that to the table, the sooner you can be felt, the sooner you're going to feel out the other person, the sooner you're going to experience the truth of the other person. You're going to be able to tap into that other person. You're going to be able to really feel who the heck they are, where they're at. And if you're willing to deep dive and do the inquiry work on the front side, I mean, it's like, in my opinion, on a first time meeting, that's the opportunity for you to be flirty, playful, connective, open. You've got nothing to lose in this moment, except what? That after a couple hours you walk away and you never see the person again. Oh well, yeah, you didn't have that person in your life when you came to that date or meeting or whatever the heck it was when you first got there. And guess what? If you walk away from that opportunity without them in your life, then no harm. Like, no harm. Take what you get from that. Learn, use each moment, each meeting, each date as a moment to experience yourself, to experience a different aspect of yourself, to tap into play with different things, to test drive your reading skills of people, you know, play with different things. Let yourself get out there and explore. And the only way you're going to really truly be able to get out there and explore and really truly get to know somebody else, no matter what you're going for in the relationship, is to be open, playful, and present. Those three things, which will give you a humongous superpower. Just remember that. Those three things give you a humongous superpower. And if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about when I say open, playful, or present, well, then you're most certainly not open, playful, and present. If you don't know what one of those words means, that probably means that you're not it, okay? And start with Webster's. Start with Webster's. Look it up. Explore it. If you're still confused, guess what? That's what us coaches are out here for. We're out here to help you understand things. If you are inclined to go and to learn and want to experience something and want to tap into different aspects of yourself, well, that's what us coaches are here for, is to help you learn about deeper aspects of you, help you clear the path and really connect to your source, which is your core, which can be God, soul, whatever you want to call it. Get in alignment to that. Tap in. Don't be scared of your shadows. Your shadows are beautiful. Your shadows are beautiful. There's great power in your shadowland. You just have to reveal the light on it. Okay, guys, I've got to go. I got to go chaperone. And I will catch you guys later, probably later this afternoon or evening, with a couple quick announcements. I'm not going to do any announcements this morning. I love you guys. As always, stop existing, start living. You can follow me at www.kendalwilliams.com. If I said anything in here that was valuable to you or made you think, or you know somebody who needs to be open, present, and playful, then hit the little share button, okay? Thank you, everybody, for being on here. Thanks for all your love, your comments, and everything, and I will catch you later. Okay, guys, I'm off to the zoo. Bye.